All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash.
and double honors to the apostles and elders of great milestone. And peace and blessings to all you watching out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity. And as well as all you believers out here or out there who believe in the gospel. Now again, the Lord blesses us with another opportunity to come out and push this word, man. What the Bible talking about. Because you know that's another thing that's been watered down in the world is what the Bible really talking about. You know, now one thing we here to teach, tell our people who they really are, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Y'all not niggas, y'all not African Americans, Mexicans, y'all not Mexicans, so on and so forth. Y'all the Israelites of the Bible, man. That's why they call them the lost 12 tribes. And in the latter days, according to prophecy, which is prophecy of things that the Lord gave his men of old, of what was going to befall in the last days. Well, Lord, behold, we at the end of the world. And it was said in prophecy, our people, the Israelites, was going to wake up in captivity, which we in captivity. This is not our homeland. We in captivity coming back to who we are as a people. So that's one thing we out here to push. Tell our people who they are. And what's the other part of the gospel? Telling everybody that all hell about to break loose, man. Right here in Babylon the Great. If you didn't know, America is Babylon the Great in the Bible. And this the place that the worst destruction ever known to man gonna be, man. Soon, all hell gonna break loose here. The lights gonna go out. What 911? You gonna have to call. Hey, like I said in the scriptures, women gonna be getting, you know, for YouTube guidelines, great, but take the G away. Right? Ravage. Right? Men gonna turn to women in that day. Nigga gag hard all he want today. But when you ain't got your gun ran out of bullets, right? The lights off, all hell breaking loose, bro. Ain't nobody gonna be able to save themselves. So that's why we out here. The Lord got us doing what we doing. Because in doing this, the Lord, we hoping we get spared from the times to come, man. Let's get Revelation 12 and 12, man. Let's get Revelation 12 and 12. You already on it, let's bring it out, right? And whatever y'all brothers got. Yeah. So look, we living in the end times, man, and America will soon be destroyed. And how? Eventually missiles gonna fall. Which y'all know as World War III, right? These nations got these missiles according to prophecy. All nations getting together and they gonna turn on America, even American allies, and shoot missiles on them. How about that? You see? Bring it out, right? The book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. Right, he got quiet out here, huh? Therefore, rejoice. That's what he got quiet. Ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Right. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. It said, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Woe means destruction, man. Right? You got it, out. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has for a short time. Right, the devil. It ain't talking about a red man underground. That's false. Ain't no red man underground with lava shooting up, you know? Yeah, Pitchfork and Lil Nas X, you know? And him getting twerked on and shit. No, man. Now, it do got a spiritual demon, Satan, but he in the heavens still. Satan ain't fall to the earth and go on the ground. He in the heavens. But the point is, just like the Lord here today, he got his men on earth doing his will. The same thing, Satan got his people on earth doing his will. Now, what's the mission? Who is Satan using today to do his will? The so-called white man. The Edomite, as the Bible says. Because just like us as Israelites, we got a biblical nationality. The so-called white man got a biblical nationality as well. And it's the Edomite. And according to prophecy, that's who the Lord gonna judge. That's the nation the Lord hates. And he allowed them to rule in these last days to fuck up the earth just so the Lord can fuck him up, man. You got it. Well, let's finish that real quick. Finish it? Yeah. Let's read it again then, real quick. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he has but a short time. So it says the devil is coming down on the world because he know he got a short time. He coming with wrath. Again, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he got a short time to rule. It's clear that America is at its end. The dollar about to collapse, the system going digital, anarchy about to commence in this world, just like y'all watching the movies, The Purge, The Book of Eli, The Road. That's gonna be your reality. You see? But the so-called white man know his kingdom is gone. Nations have time to rule, and the time when your rulership will come to an end. We at the end. And that's why he about to move with great wrath. You got what you had, huh?
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 5. Yeah. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, upon all the people of my curse to judgment. Yeah, so Idumea, that's the Greek way of saying Edom. There's a missile aimed at this place, man. 200 million to be exact. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven." All right, that's the missiles going up into the clouds. It says, "And it shall come down upon Idumea, upon the people of my curse to judgment." The so-called white man is the people of the Lord's curse, man. They're cursed. They're allergic to the sun. They're clearly not fit to rule. Right, they're about to get taken out of power.
Right. And look, nowadays, you see that really hurt, but nowadays, because a white man put on a suit, shave his face, right? He got the money, his face on the money. Hey, get on Isaiah 32 and it says the churl will no more be called, you got it, huh? Yep, liberal, yep.
This is Isaiah 32, verse 7. The instruments also of the churl are evil.
A churl, it goes into a peasant. Because really the true position of the nation of Edom, y'all peasants, man. Right. Y'all made to be at the bottom, right? So it says the instruments of the churl.
You got it, bro. Let's start at verse 6. It says, "For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart..." Isaiah 32, verse 5. "The vile person shall be no more called liberal."
Right, liberal. Esau, you the vile man, you no more being looked at as liberal. You know they got the libs and all, in order, so on and so speak. No, everybody's seeing you for who you are. Like it said in the book of Nahum, the 3rd chapter. How even now that your skirt's being lifted up, everybody's seeing your shame. See? But nobody sees you for what you portrayed yourself to be, an upstanding leader. You got the suit and the tie on. Everybody's seeing you true colors. You got it, right?
"The vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful."
Right, the churl, peasant. Nobody look at you as you the man no more, man. Everybody in the earth feel the same way about the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child. Y'all ruled too long, and look what y'all did to the earth. The earth is destroyed under the so-called white man rulership. Look at these other nations. You go back in the past, Nebuchadnezzar ain't have a hole in the ozone, man. Animals wasn't dying and dying off when these other nations was ruling. But why? Because Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child, did the wicked of the earth. Now look at it. Hey, the scripture says, destroy him who destroyed the earth. That's why the Lord got to be sent back to stop this man. Not saying like he got so much power, but look at the bullshit he done, man. The book of Isaiah, chapter 24, and verse 4. "The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away, and the haughty people of the earth do languish." And that haughty people going into Esau, Edom, man. This devil is proud. Okay? Verse 5. "The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant." And just like the brother was going into, right? Everything that this devil does, right, has built in this society is affecting the earth negatively, man. Right? Carbon emissions, all right, plastic in the silverware, okay, in the sea, yeah, that's right, brother. Hey, and the list goes on and on. Got one more, plastic and lust. Even right. The simple shit we eat, they said, in each week, every person, you got the size of a credit card of plastic in your body every week. Right. You may think you eating vegan, no, it got some bullshit in that, man.
Yep. That's why on these bottles, you look at it, always talk about the EPA, and the bottles, they slip in the warehouses, in the hot warehouse in the sun. These plastic bottles shed plastic inside of the drinking water. Right? And that's why, go look at the plastic code. This little shit right here, you always have this pyramid, the arrows in it, and the arrows have the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you go up the plastic ladder, the plastic is more even more parts. Go look it up. It's the reason why these devils put on the cereal boxes that little cross, you ever wonder why? The little cross and the U, got culture on it and shit, man. Devils, they're speaking code. Go ahead,
Got one more verse if I can have real quick. Well, that's why Yahweh said at the time, don't be short. All flesh is going to die. Right. But the Lord got to shorten the time. Come on, man. Right. Okay, and this next verse is the judgment, okay, that this devil will receive from devouring the earth. Verse 6. "Therefore had the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, a few men left." Right. What that's talking about.
ICBM nuclear missiles that's going to knock this devil out of power, man. All right, that's going to refresh this place, restart. This place needs to restart, man. All right, you got it.
Book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 3. Who started 2? I have loved you, said Yahweh, yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said Yahweh, yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste with the dragons of the wilderness.
And really, that's the two main characters in the Bible, too. You know, out of all the nations, you got the nation of Edom, which we know that they're the so-called white people or Caucasians, and you got Jacob, which today are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, two main nations in the Bible. And also, seeing Esau about to lose his rulership, who's going to be the next ones to rule? You know, Zabakna, we got next, right? We got next. We got next. Only two nations was given the rulership over the whole earth. Only two nations. Nebuchadnezzar, Babylon, Persia, and the Medes wasn't given that authority to rule the whole earth. According to Genesis 27, it's only two nations. Esau and Jacob. We in Esau's right now. So who next? Jacob, man. But you got it, Doc.
It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
Right, we're looking at it. He built up America. What's Joe Biden's slogan? Build back better. What's Trump's slogan? Make America great again. So they got the mindset of building. Hey, Psalms 49, what that is, 11? How they end with thought is that this shit gonna continue. Right?
Psalms also say, except the Lord build a house, they labor in vain and build it. So all this is in vain.
And it's beautiful, man. All these hundreds of years it took Esau to get to this point, skyscrapers and lights, right? Clubs and bars and making money. In 60 minutes, this shit gonna be gone. 60 minutes. The Lord wasn't playing when he said an hour. Out of hundreds of years of building this place up, in 60 minutes, all of it's gonna be level. Dust.
Thus saith Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
Right, he gonna throw it down.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever.
Right? So as we was talking about, this is the nation who the Lord hates. Righteous indignation, because it ain't like he just hating them just cause. Like he ain't got a reason. No, the Lord got more than enough reasons on why he hate the nation of Edom, man. Hey, we read about some of them in Ezekiel 35 on what the so-called white man did to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The Lord got a problem with that. And this another thing. When we go back into history to see what the Lord did to nations who oppressed his people, what happened? He eventually destroyed them. So to the so-called white man, woman, and child today who oppressed the Israelites in America, what you think gonna happen to this place, man? The same judgment that came on Egypt gonna come on this place. You got it, bro. Let's get that something real quick, just to back up what the brother was saying, and the title of this particular chapter is called. It says, "Why Edom will be destroyed." It's the book of Obadiah, right, verse 10, and it reads, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." Right? Just backing up what the brother was saying, man. Right? The Lord don't hate this devil for no reason. He got plenty of reasons. Right? But this is the main one. Right? Justified anger, man. And look, the Lord got reasons, and Esau every day he adding on to the reason. He's doing worse. You know, just like the Lord said when Israel captivity was almost finished, the heathen exploited it. You made it worse. The Lord never said go buck break. You feel me? The strongest man in the village. He never said that. He just said put us in captivity with your Gavan, but you took it too far. So now the Lord got to take it too far. Now you got to be off the earth completely, but you got it out.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 9. We'll start at 11. It says, "For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth."
Right. And then these two children is talking about Isaac and Rebecca children. Isaac and Rebecca children. Now he had two sons. The first son, firstborn, was Esau. Came out red. The second son was Jacob. Came out looking like everybody else. Normal. Because remember, having no pigment or melanin, that's a curse. Having blonde hair, that's a plague. That's a curse. Remember.
That was good. In Leviticus, it tells you having blonde hair is a plague of leprosy. this society's upside down, so that's a sign of beauty. That's why our women are bugged out. They're trying to look like these little cave dogs, man.
And then they even got a saying, blinds have more fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, say that in the kingdom.
Right.
It says, as it is written, as it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. Right. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Oh, hold on, this is the New Testament, right? It's the New Testament, right?
This is the Old Testament. All right. Romans.
All right. So this Apostle Paul, who the Christians love. Now, hold on. Apostle Paul, he talking about the same thing we talking about. Because you got people here that they say, well, Jesus never talked to Gil, never talked about Esau, right? It wasn't the time yet. Apostle Paul talking about it right here, but it wasn't the time to expose them for who they really are. In 2 Thessalonians, he said, the time will come when he shall be revealed. 2 Thessalonians 2. We in that time, real quick, 2 Thessalonians 2, 8. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Let's start at 5 real quick. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. Right, now giving some context, Apostle Paul, he reminded the church in Thessalonica, he said, look, remember last time I was with y'all, I was trying to warn y'all about the wicked. Because when you go up, he was talking about the son of perdition who need to be exposed and destroyed. So now he's saying, look, remember last time I was there with y'all, but as I was kind of telling y'all, right? You got it, right? Verse 6. And now ye know that with and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in this time. In his time. And according to 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, at the end of the world, that's when it was going to be revealed. Look around, man. That's why a lot been coming out on Esau, right? He, you gotta watch your words on YouTube, a pedophile, right? They like to get children, what is called NAMBLA, National Man and Boy Association.
Boy Lover.
Yeah, Boy Lover Association. That's what Esau do. That's his true nature, man. The caveman, a filthy man, right? But all these things are being exposed. What else been exposed? His plans for his New World Order. He want to put a chip in everybody. You see? He want to lock down the world, man. But we know these things coming, and now at the end of the world, it's been exposed not only for who he is as a nation, the Edomites, but what he got planned here at the end of the world. Verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right now, Apostle Paul was in the Roman Empire. So he was saying the mystery of iniquity, he already busy. He already doing this thing, but the Lord just let him until he take him out of the way. But it was going to come to a time when Paul said, but eventually he's going to be revealed though. That's our job here. The Lord have set up brothers across the four corners, the apostles, the elders, bishops of great millstone, other brothers who teach this doctrine. We've been sent out in the world not just to push the gospel, to help revealing the devil, man. That's our job. Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, who is the spirit of the Lord's mouth. The prophets. Then shall that wicked be revealed. So when the prophets raise up, Esau's gonna get exposed. Right. That's what we talking about, man. And people can say, well, y'all not in the meetings, y'all not in a G20 summits, y'all not at the Bilderberg, location. I'm gonna say this. It says the things that was written before time. When the king of Assyria in 2 Kings the 6th chapter.
But in the way we are in their meeting, the Lord revealed us their plans.
That's it.
Right? The Lord told us the Illuminati, all these things are in the scriptures. Right? The Lord told us their plans and what they set up to do. Set up the mark of the beast, destroy Israel. Right? The list goes on and on and on. So it's not hard.
Hey, Wisdom of Solomon in the 2nd chapter tell you what they talk about in their meetings. They even in that chapter, sure they watch our videos. Because they say, man, he said this, he said that, so on and so forth. But the point I was making, just to back up the elder, although we ain't that actually enemies, but we know. Now what I was bringing up is 2 Kings the 6th chapter, right? Now remember when the king of Assyria, he wanted to go to war with the Israelites. And now he made plans in his bed chamber, in his room, in his house. But nobody else knew about it. The point is, he listened. The thing is, that's the highlight of his life, huh? That's it. That's the main part of his life. That's it. But the point is, Elisha, he kept warning the king of Israel about what the Assyrians wanted to do. And so the king of Assyria, he got mad because every plan he had set, Israel evaded it. So he went to his own army. He said, which one of y'all telling Israel what our plan, our military strategy? They said none of them. They said, but Elisha the prophet in Israel, he know what you're talking about in your bedchamber. How? Because the Most High revealed it unto him. Now, mind you, the king made these plans in secret. How the fuck Elisha knew? The Lord, Amos 3:6, the Lord revealed it unto his prophet. So that's why we here to say, although brothers may be speaking in the spirit at times, like, hey, see, Esau probably talking about this and this meeting. He probably saying this. Now, we just speaking as a man, but it's true. It's true. Remember, they said fear and fell on these heathens when they seen us rise up. Because they watching the video like, what the fuck they know about this? Right, the Lord revealing it, man. Come on, man. You got, oh, you got one more time.
What the Lord said, he said that. That's it. All the above was from the east side.
That's it.
It don't even matter.
That's it. Hey, what Paul said, it's a shame to even speak of the things they do in secret. Come on, man. We know about the
Some wild shit, brother. I'm talking about off the liquor scale. So right off the meter.
Right now, flush.
oh man.
Pete did it. It makes Pete did it get moist.
Hey, look, I don't know if we really knew what going on in these secret meetings, but those people wild, bro. The so-called white man, woman, and child are wild people, bro. Look at the earth. Look at the earth under their rulership. What you got, right? Yeah, man. That's why new management needs to be brought to the earth. We about to rule as Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Got it.
Sirach chapter 10, verse 1, it says, a wise judge will instruct his people in the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is, so are the officers. In what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such as all they that dwell therein. So if the elite bankers, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers are vile, what they gonna do to these people? They can buy.
It's in a psalm somewhere. It says, when the vilest man is exalted, it says the wicked walk on every side when the vilest man is exalted. The Lord gave rulership to the base man, Esau.
That's why you see all the sexy brands. My girl had a girl, right? I took your bitch. Right? Niggas out here talking, man. Yeah. Lil Nas X is on the loose with a diamond in the middle of his forehead. You know, right? All right, what is that? Old time?
Lil Nas.
Yeah, Lil Nas. I mean, it's a Uzi Vert. That's what I meant to say. Them niggas loose. All right? Yeah, the White Howard on the loose, man. It's on a rampage. They hold the nigga down.
Oh, really? Yeah, I got one more little piece. It's back in verse 8, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Right? That's what it's going to lead to. What we talking about going to lead to the destruction of America. And look, look, okay, we in New Orleans right now, Canal, Bourbon, there's a lot of people can do. So when they see us right here, like they wasting their time, they bum, they ain't got a job, right? They wearing dresses, right? Right. The point is, when these things happen, though, they gonna know a prophet been among them, man. These things are fast approaching everything we saying. You see? But let's get that out.
Real quick, this is the back of what you said. This is St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. This is in red letters.
That's what I want. That's the spirit.
Okay. It says,
This gospel. That's the spirit.
and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come.
Key word, it says this gospel. What we talking about? Because you know I got the Christian gospel, everybody can be saved, just give your life over to Jesus, right? Come as you are, so on and so forth. No, this gospel. Because what they talking about, the Bible ain't saying that, man. You know, the Bible, you know, they even call the Bible the good book, right? Well, according to the Bible, it says it's a book full of lamentations, mournings, and woe, death, destruction. That's what this thing talking about. You see? And that's what we here to bring out to these people. So the point is to prove what we up here doing actually changes the course of the world. This is what I just read said. That's the point. That's the highlight of his life. How you double back? We ain't got nowhere to go to canal. The point is, what we up here saying, but it's gonna come to pass. It says, when this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. What's a witness? Somebody who's seen something or heard something. People see this. They see it on YouTube. Oh, you had the woman at the UN meeting, the white woman at the UN meeting. She said, our biggest threat is not Hamas. She was Israeli woman. She said, our biggest threat is not Hamas. She said, our biggest threat is the young African Americans who raising up in America. Why? Because we got the truth. And it ain't just, this not no black movement. Because our brothers, the other nations are the Hispanics and Native Americans. So the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, our identity, our heritage got taken away from us by the so-called white man. He beat, what's your name, boy? Coulter. No, it's Toby. They beat it out of him.
Yeah, but meanwhile, the whole time, the so-called blacks that were sent over here on cargo slave ships from Africa, all right, they came over here speaking Hebrew. The Native Americans, when Christopher Columbus came over here, they already knew Hebrew. All right? That's why down here in the South, they had slaves on the plantation saying what? Swing low, sweet chariot, come and save me home. Kumbaya, that's Hebrew, man. All right? To the rivers of Jordan. What did it say?
Come forth to carry me home.
Come forth to carry me home. Where's the River Jordan at? In Israel. Right. The blacks in America, the so-called blacks in America are the real Jews of the Bible. All right? Not the people that's in the land of Israel right now. Those are imposters, man. All right? Yeah, the brother said Jewish.
Yes.
All right? Meaning the ISH on the end of it means pertaining to, not the real thing, man. All right? And guess what? Those that came over here as far as the so-called white, they knew. I got books in my bag that will prove that the so-called white man knew who he was getting when he came to the shores of Africa, man.
Like you just sound me to cut you off. Christopher Columbus had Hebrew interpreters when he came. Cristobal Colon, he had Hebrew interpreters. Because even the Northern Kingdom brothers who was here, what they call the Native Americans, they were speaking Hebrew too.
Yeah, who's that guy? I forgot the name of that guy. He used to be on, Whoop Bliss. Whoop Bliss or this other guy, I can't remember his name. Fox News, yeah. They fired him or he just died.
They fired him after that when he said the Native American Israelites.
Yeah, the Native American Israelites. They went and dug up Native American burial sites and found Hebrew writings like this, brother. You got it. The brother got the Hebrew writings on it. They found this in the tombs of the so-called Native Americans. The ancient Lashawan Kadash. All right? That's why these so-called pastors, they're all set up. They're Glenn Beck. Yeah, Glenn Beck. Right? And they went into the tombs of Native Americans and found Hebrew writings. Give me that other bag. Right. The heavy bag, and get that white bond out of the back of it. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Yeah, that's those so-called Jewish people over in the land of Israel.
Right.
They were set up by the Balfour Declaration of 1985. All right. Them, right along with the Bowers, which is known as the 1948, with the Rothschilds, they set up that whole thing called the Holocaust, which was nothing more than a political theater. It was an act. It wouldn't even happen. It wasn't 6 million Jews in the land at that time. All right. And you can go prove it. Adolf Hitler's father was named Baron Rothschild. Adolf Hitler's mother was a maid in the house where Baron Rothschild lived at, and he popped her, man. And what he did, he sent, not to embarrass himself and his family, he sent the mother away. All right, but always had connections to Adolf Hitler. That whole thing was an act, man. Those so-called Jews over there didn't die because they were put in incinerators and it was done wrong. They died of typhus fever, man. Go look it up. Right? Only thing that was put in the incinerators was what? Their clothes and things like that, man. This whole thing has been nothing more than a smear act and lies that been told to the whole world, man. Meanwhile, they already knew And you gonna look at it. It's a book too. The Times Magazine, Volume 2. It was a book with Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler said he knew who the real Jews were. That whole thing that happened with Jesse Owens in the Olympics. Why did he want to shake Jesse Owens' hands, man? Because he knew who he was, man. The real Jews, once again, are the blacks in America, man. All right, bar none. And the rest of these people in this tribe, or the rest of the, you got it? Bring it up. You got the book right here.
Hitler said, because the white Jews know that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep America's secret, the Jews will blackmail America. They will extort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if the Negroes know who they were.
Woo! That's why you can read everything in the time of slavery but the Bible. Right. Why? Because the Bible tells who we are, man. Right? It's a people. It's our past, our present, and our future. These devils know who we are, man. Right. That's why even at the lowest of our low, we still excel. These devils had a 40, 50-year head start with colleges and schools. We still gonna pass them up, man. Because the Lord said we the salt of the earth, man. Yeah, I know. You got a little more on that thing.
It says the white citizens of America would be terrified to know that all this time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel.
Why did they tell you that, Bubba? Why did they tell you that, Bubba? Earl, Cletus, right? Those same people that you didn't deem the first fire, the last hire, are the Lord chosen people. That's why we always say, if the Lord Yahweh Shah was to come back today, he would be racially profiled, discriminated against. All right, he would live uptown, man. Probably all back in MLK, man. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, man. But my point is, he would be a Jake, man. So-called black man. And you Jews, you don't fit the description, man. You don't fit the prophecies, nothing. Y'all awkward as fuck. You ever looked at one of them? They have no rhythm, they have nothing. No sound at all, man. Y'all that shit, my uncle used to put on the food. Supposed to be a substitute for slow. What's the name of that shit, man? I put the name of it. Shit nasty as hell. You know, but that's you. Go ahead. Last part,
It says they will fear God will destroy them as he destroyed Egypt for doing the same thing. So the elite, the Illuminati, keeps this a secret at all costs.
Yeah, and we always, the apostles, like other brothers, we told you what the apostles said back then. That's from a book, the Times Magazine, Volume 2. I can find it for you. Somebody give me it for me. They open up the internet. I can
That's it. But we'll get it for them. While they were looking for that, I'm gonna get this real quick. Just to back up the elder. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 30. Because as he was saying, us in our lower state as Israelites, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we still far greater than the people who've been ruling the world. They had a head start on us in society, and we still better than them. Look, hey, the trends in the world, people follow Negroes, Hispanics, the best food, soul food, Jamaican food, Hispanic, right? Every trend that come from our people. I'm gonna read this though. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 30. It says, the poor man is honored for his skill. Play basketball, sports. Bro, you know what? They always quick to say, go back to Africa, which we ain't from Africa, we from Israel. But go back to Africa. The thing is, if blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans was to leave America, this shit'll be dead. It's gonna be dead. What entertainment you gonna have? What food? Even people working their day-to-day jobs to foreign society is our people.
You'll be eating broccoli soup all goddamn.
Right, right. And the little shit they bring to the potlucks. That shit with no seasoning.
We don't need that, man.
You'll be eating potato salad with raisins in it, right?
And even Egypt, back in Egypt got great because the Israelites was there. America was great because we've been here. Come on, man. So it says the poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. Esau. Nobody give a fuck about the white man. But people gotta reverence him. Why? His face on the money. Why he make the laws. Why the UN meetings of all nations. That's the only reason people still respect him. But this the thing. It says, he that is honored in poverty. So if we honor right now in captivity in our lower state, it says, he that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? If people follow us now and we they slaves, what you think they're gonna do when we're in the kingdom ruling the world? Man, you might see Moab in the kingdom with a fro with the pick, the pick with the fist. Some on Shalom, you know? Yeah.
My boy fighting walked fast earlier. When we meet up at, he had dreads. Even though he's going home, but you know, he had dreads. Where you get that from? Drake, man.
Come on, bro. So if they follow us now, right? They our music, just our lingo, the way we got sought, you know, brothers got sought how we dress. These nations follow that shit now, and we in captivity. So when we rule, come on, man. Come on, man. But the point is, it says, he that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, the so-called white man, you ruling the world, but nobody gonna fuck about you. So it says, he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? So if the world hates the so-called white man, now he's ruling the world, how you think the world gonna look at him when he get that weapon, his blessing, the weapon taken from him? He get put back to that lower state. That's what we're gonna be able to say. Is this the man? Like I said, 14 Hill, he put us in captivity. Hell no. Look, even our children, they can be raised up like Abba in the kingdom of Abba.
And the Lord tell you in the Bible, we're gonna put that devil in holes, man. Go ahead, sleeping quarters for us, but we're gonna put your ass in the holes and pits in the ground, man. All right? You're gonna work the fields as slaves. All right?
It's gonna be unbelievable in the kingdom. Our children, Abba, if they have us, they gonna be looking in the field. They have us in captivity, con, sir. They're like, no, hell no. Yeah, because it's gonna be unbelievable at that time.
Our kids won't even believe us. Like, they like to believe the story.
I'm at.
You listen to us Solomon in his rulership, you will be. Hey,
The thing about them devils too, like machine like that come out, they hide certain books. Like I got certain books in there. I first started off in the shoot, the books are $20. The books $2,000 now, man. Wow. Because they're trying to hide what's in them. I got it though. Like, give me Babylon 10 books, 2 books. And then the one that said the eyeball.
And that's why I said fear felt falling on Esau, because when we bring out these things, it's like it shake them up. Shake them up, because we ain't learned this in school. We randomly learned this, man.
I'm gonna read some out of here too for you. This one of them. At one time, this book was $20. This book got up to about $900 at one time. You couldn't find it. Whoa. We gonna pay $900 for a book, you know? Especially Jake. Jake don't want to pay $65 for Madden 24. That alone. This somebody wanted. This is the key. This one. I'm gonna read something. This is the most important thing right here. This actually happened in history. You can break it down. This is from the book from Babylon 10 Buck 2 by Rudolph R. Windsor, page 84. Middle of the page, it says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. Right? In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter.
Hey, brother, now what this talking about? Because this history to back up what the Bible says. Because it was said, why do you think we in America was kicked out of our land? And you know how they say that we came from Africa?
Luke 2 and
right?
20.
Before, that's true, we did come from Africa, but what the elder going into, as to say what was going to be exiled from our land, they kicked us out of our land because the so-called white man at the time, he was the Romans. He came in Jerusalem, he burnt down our temple, destroyed our temple, and our people scattered. And from now, we were just looking for somewhere to run. The main majority of our people went down into Africa. So we was running from persecution, they went into Africa. That's what he read.
And that shows you that the real Jews, the real Israelites had to be black, because if there was white people running into Africa, they'll sit down like a sore thumb. It don't make any sense. You know? So this part, and I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you actually in history. Where it says in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the periods of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the periods from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. It says the slave markets were filled of black Jewish slaves.
That's how, so that when people say we came from Africa, yeah, we came from Africa and they took us to America, but that's not where we from. In 70 AD, we fled from Israel during the persecution of the Romans, looking for somewhere to go. We ran into Africa, we were there for a time, and then a so-called white man brought his ass over here and came get us and took us to America. That's how we are. That's how we are. So this ain't no coincidence. And as the scripture say, we was gonna wake up in our captivity, man.
And Christopher Columbus used this book to find Native Americans on this side of the world.
How do you pronounce that?
Which means send away hidden. Now, they actually did that in, I believe, 1826. There was a group called the Bible Instruction Group. They came together to actually take these 11 books out of the Bible. Now, if you got the original Bible,
I heard about them.
Yeah, 14 books. Now, if you get the original, one of the original Bibles, 1611, it had all these books together. See?
Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah, the apocryphy. That's how I pronounce it.
Yeah,
that's all wrong.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Huh?
Got it.
Yeah. Oh, you got that loop? And this is the Lord saying it. The Lord prophesied this happening about 40 to 45 years before it actually happened. Right? Go ahead.
This St. Luke, chapter 21, verse 20. It says, "And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh." Which means near. It's about to be destroyed. So the Lord's warning his people. You see the armies of Rome circling around you, they're about to move in. It says, "Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto." So the Lord saying, go to you see the armies of Rome, the past of Judea, get the hell out of here, man. Get out of Dodge. So, for these be the days of vengeance.
And what actually happened? You had so-called, I got another book to show you. You had so-called Negroes go out of Israel into the interiors of Africa, North Egypt, all the way to Morocco. Right? Yeah, Israelites went all into Europe. Now give me Nick knows no color line book. Right? All up into Europe.
Oh, man, I ain't coming.
No, you good, brother.
Europe, bro.
You good.
I'm going to show you. We went all over. We scattered all over.
They can read them.
That's why even in Sicily,
In Asia?
even in Sicily, yes. Because one of the curses was what? The Lord's gonna scatter us amongst all nations to the four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
So you got Negroes. I got books in there, brother, for days.
I know. Well, that's what I think we all know,
Yeah, go ahead. You know where the transatlantic slave trade started? You know what country was the first one to take Negro slaves?
No, I don't. I forgot.
In Portugal.
Spain, yeah.
Negro coats of arms. Look what it says. Germany, Portugal, Negroes all over there. You got Negroes. I got books to show you. Yeah, Negroes in New Zealand, Iceland. All those dudes
I was in Sweden. God, dang, boy.
all them dudes you see that was wearing all that metal back then, as the knights, that was black people. The Vikings were black people. The Raiders, the barbarians. I got books to prove.
We ain't got time right now. No, we ain't got time right now.
I can prove it.
I'm looking up though. I'm
gonna show you something before you go, though, brother. I'm gonna show you something.
Why wouldn't you believe it? Because what they show on TV and shit?
No, because I heard about the Vikings. That's the Caucasians. I know samurai's black. Well, some samurais, but I read about that. But I ain't never heard about no black Vikings. Oh, my bad. I just got off work.
Because edification coming to you and the camera, though. You feel me?
The gladiators were black too, right?
Huh?
The gladiators.
Oh, I know. That was slaves. Yeah, that was slaves. Right.
It says, back in Luke 21, verse 22, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And what was written? That we go into slavery on slave ships, that we get scattered across the four winds. All right, every nation that there's people, there's Israelites scattered there. That's one of the curses going back to Deuteronomy 28, the 64th verse. Are you going to get it? Yeah, so the curses in the Bible in Deuteronomy 28.
Do y'all believe that black people will hear like a whole, like millions of them here before them white people say that we came from Africa? We live here, right?
We were scattered all over
us.
the world.
You think that they took all the slaves from Africa? They took
we would have had brothers here.
It was already, all right.
The Northern
Yeah,
Kingdom
we
was
the
over
same
here.
thing.
The Northern Kingdom was here. So-called Native Indians, people of Native Indian descent, copper-colored people, they were over here already. And then the so-called white man went to West Africa, and he went to Spain and Portugal and got the Southern Kingdom, so-called Negroes. Then around the 1800s, he started calling Indians blacks and blacks Indians. He started confusing everybody.
Yeah.
We all Israelites.
That's actually the scripture. It's in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Because it says the Northern Kingdom, as his brother said, you know, it's Hispanics and Native Americans.
Yeah.
Because even them, they was darker too. They was darker than what they look now.
Yeah, I know.
But they went in captivity under the Assyrians first, and they left there, and they came to America. And the Bible says that they went to a land where never mankind dwelt before. That was it, because everybody already was living in the Eastern world at the time. Nobody dwelt in the Western world as far as live here. So they came over here, and they was over here for a portion of time, and eventually years passed, and then the so-called white man would get the Southern Kingdom, the blacks, and brought them here, and we've been here.
Whoa.
So those Indians, they was, and also those Indians was helping runaway Negro slaves.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm familiar. Yeah, I know about all that.
But the point is, you talking about the Indians who was here. That was our Northern Kingdom brothers. They was here first. Then we was brought over here, and now we here together.
That's why you go to the New Orleans East. You ever wonder why the streets say Chef Mentor?
I never paid attention. I knew it, Chef.
You know what Chef Mentor means?
I have no idea. I never looked it up.
Chef Mentor means lion chief, because the chief, the tribal chief Indians was lying to the white man about where the Negro was at. They were doing flip-flop. They were using Native Americans to hunt down Negroes in the time of slavery. So that's why they got the term called Chef Mentor. Means lion chief.
About to be 40 years old. I ain't never knew that.
Yeah, that's what it means.
I just found that out. I didn't know that.
That's what it means, lion chief. You can look it up. They was lying to the white man about where the whereabouts of so-called Negro. That's why even when you go watch that.
I gotta get moving.
Hey,
I appreciate
before you go, you got a phone, right?
Yeah.
You got YouTube on your phone?
Yeah.
Go to YouTube and put in GMS New Orleans. Find that one. GMS New Orleans. We got videos for days, all type of knowledge on that. Let's get that book. That's very good.
Got any YouTube thing? I'm not YouTube. Facebook.
I mean, see how we right here? You live.
We all on the thing, man. I appreciate y'all, brother. It's all love, man.
All right, when he said in Atlanta, they kept shit. Oh, come on, stir.
Took it tonight, brother.
You got it, huh?
You got away with that. I ain't bringing the other stuff. I'm here. Look the other book downstairs.
Like 28.
Yeah, but we got a deep, vast history, right? We got a deep, vast history that's been covered up, and we lied to, man. Right? Like I say, all this Czechoslovakia, Scandinavia, Negroes lived up there, man, in them castles and shit. Right? The Vikings, all right, all in Ireland, Britain, right? There's so-called Negroes, man.
Let me get that out of here. This 2nd Ezra, chapter 2, and verse 6 to 47, it says that thou bring them to confusion, talking about us, and their mother to a spoil, the land, and that there may be no offspring of them, and let them be scattered abroad among the heathen, and let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant. So when we were scattered amongst the heathen, it said, let their names be put out of the earth. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Gad, Reuben, Simeon, Manasseh, so on and so forth. Ain't nobody was going to be calling themselves with that. The Lord took that away. He took his name away, Yahweh. Right? We had a Lord, Yahweh Shai name, and even took who we are as a people away. But the point is, now in the latter days, he gave everything back, man. That's how brothers able to stand up here, the elder able to go into history, so on and so forth. They call us the lost tribes, right? You know?
You got it, Doc. Now, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, and verse 28. As thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, if you would not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them.
Right, that's what's been happening. That's what's been going in captivity. Now the Lord don't look at all Israel as if they are Israel. The Lord don't care if you black, Hispanic, Native American. He don't look at you as you Israelite. If you ain't walking Galatians 6 and 16, if you're not walking according to this rule, it says peace be on them and the Israel of the Most High. So yeah, you got Israel, we scattered to the four corners, but the Lord only acknowledging that small remnant. That small remnant. You got it. Verse 30. Go ahead.
This is from a book, right? The Atlas of Jewish History, all right? Now, this brother, you went into what? Babylon Timbuktu, time frame of 70 AD, right? And in this book, look at it shows. It shows. It was showing you the time of 70 AD and what was going on and where the so-called Negro was dwelling at, man. On the atlas, you know. These are Bible tools you got to use in order to understand the Bible, all right? Right there. Time frame, brother. Time frame.
66 to 135 AD.
And it says the Jews rising against who? Rome. And it says what? Areas which Jews
Revolted against Roman rule.
and look, everywhere you see black was so-called, and it shows you, you keep going into the next page and show you what so-called Negroes was dwelling at, man. It was all this. Where you think Morocco? Where you think the Moors and all this stuff spawned from, man? Right? You keep going. That's why I say, in order to understand the Bible too, you probably gotta get into the history, man. You gotta get into the history, right? And the main thing is getting into what the Daniel chapter 2, understanding the kingdoms the Lord set up. The Syrian Babylonian Empire, Persian Empire, Greek Empire, Roman Empire. So I'm bringing it somewhere else, but it's a spirit. You gotta understand that. You know, you gotta understand where we're going and you gotta understand where we come from. Right? Our past.
And the apostles say all the time, in order to know the mysteries, you gotta know the history.
Really, that make you a better teacher too, and a prophet. But we ain't just up here reciting scriptures. People come up with questions. You gotta let them know. You know, give them the details of things, man. And again, as the elder said, because now people might question us. Now you can bring out a precept. See, Jeremiah said Babylon will get destroyed, or so on and so forth. But when we can tie actual secular history to what we saying, it's a game changer. Because now people see we ain't bullshit. It can line up with actual life. You know?
This is the one I want to find. What it say right? What's the time frame?
It says Jewish converts to Christianity 45 AD through 300 AD.
Now what? Read what the top two bullets say for the black, everywhere you see black at.
It says towns with large Jew populations in which conversion to Christianity was widespread 100 through 300 AD. Areas of Jews, settlements in which Christianity had become the dominant region by 300 AD.
Come on. Once again, you better get this book. I'll put it back out there. These are tools you need in order to understand the puzzle or the mystery of this book, man.
This for edification sake. When it says Christianity, it's talking about this truth. It's not talking about the religion about Christianity. That was created in 325 AD by Constantine. It's a bunch of actual Christianity is a bunch of pagan idol worship that Constantine and the niggas came up with 325 AD. This is talking about the spread of this gospel.
And that was Jake's too, man. Constantine, you got. That's another thing. You first go understand. Go find out who Constantine is, man. And that's a vital part of this understanding, man.
Yeah, go to the Council of Nicaea. It shows you it's a group of niggas, man.
Yeah. Go look up who Pope Urban the second, third is Jake. Jake. The Moors was so-called blacks, man. That basically converted Israel to the force of the sword. Go ahead,
See, I'm gonna bring this up real quick to kind of back on what they were saying. And when we bring out prophecy, we gotta make it easy to be understood. Let people know this is the point. Because this is what really we're doing. We read an ancient book, but we gotta tie it to modern times. You know? We gotta look at Habakkuk chapter 2. Let me get where you start to run. Look at Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. Go back to that. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. Right. So we're supposed to be watching. It ain't just the prophecies, but what's something else to pay attention to the history, man. And they're going into the history. You got it right. Verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that read it. Right. Let's go back. He said first is write the vision. The prophets of old, they got the visions, they wrote them. They had dreams, whether there's in a trench they seen something. The visions, the Lord gave them that, and they wrote down what they seen. Now, what's our purpose here today? We write down what these ancient men seen in ancient times and let it easy to be understood for this modern society.
The scripture says songs about great is the company of those that publish the word. So they wrote it down. We just publish it in sight, man.
It's cool. And even when you go on YouTube, before you go live, it says what? You gotta click on publish. You gotta click on publish. So look, the prophets of old wrote these things down. Because again, they didn't have the same terminology as we have today. For example, when they seen they said flying swords hitting Babylon the Great. Now we telling people what's those flying swords with fire? That's missiles gonna hit America.
Guess what? We was those men.
Yep.
All right. If you got to understand today, or you're around the prophets today, whether you're on the side or in the camp, you was associated with those men back then. The Lord was dealing with, man. Right? Now you come back in the reincarnation as yourself, not knowing yourself. All right. Prophesying of the things that you wrote down years ago, man. You know?
We're just bringing out precept. This Jeremiah, you don't even know he's Jeremiah, you know?
He's Jeremiah, man.
Yeah.
Because you go through the books, even Job said, I should see basically I should see the Lord, but not now. I should behold him, but not now. The man understood and knew reincarnation. He understood and knew that, man, we just finding out now that we come back, you know?
Back in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 13. But go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days.
Yeah, so wherever your lot was, we all had lots. You know, and it's true, man. And we have time frames of when we was going to awake. Some brothers 40 years ago, some brothers 20, some brothers 12, some brothers 10, and some of you brothers just months ago. But it's the time to wake up, man. Because redemption and the return of our Lord is not. Go ahead,
but you can read that. Have to read again real quick. So again, with the prophets of old wrote, we breaking it down today. For example, when John the Revelator, when he said he seen the lake of fire. I like to ask questions. So like, what's the lake of fire? I like to ask questions. This is in America. That's it. So when John seen it, he had an aerial view. Now, mind you, he didn't. Why did it say, and I seen America from California to New York, right from north to south on fire? He ain't know it was America. He ain't had a terminology. So when he seen it, the Lord gave him a vision of an aerial view. Now, if America on fire from north, south, east, and west, and it's surrounded by water, what did it look like? A lake of fire. So the best way you can describe it, like, man, it's a lake of fire. But us, we had to say, when these nations shoot missiles on America, it's gonna look like a lake of fire. That's America. There ain't no place on the ground. That's gonna be America. So the point is, as the elder was saying, we here bringing out these ancient text so it could be easy to be understood in modern times, man. That's it, that's all. You can finish it out.
The crazy part about it, remember, a lot of times in scripture, when the Lord had to, even though he was telling the disciples a lot of things, they still didn't understand. All right? And he had to tell them, look, I talk to them in riddles, but I deal with you, directly. And they still didn't understand. Only to now, coming back now, as those men, we understand fully now. The Bible, we can tell you, we can go from Revelation 1, 22, we can go to Daniel, 2nd Ezra 11, 2nd Ezra 12, with grace, man. Breakdown,
I got a precept.
You have never seen this in a day in your life. Young men on the highways and byways going back and forth with this Bible with grace, man. Pastor Pochop can't do that. Right? Reverend Rib, that nigga can't do that, man.
Can't even ask some questions.
Right? Deacon Donut, that nigga can't do it. Huh?
Can't even ask some questions.
No.
Can I say something else? When I was in a Christian church, I spent 36 years as a Christian. When I was in a Christian church, we would go out and do like missionary, so-called missionary work. We'd come out here and like we not Christian, go on the corner, just come to Jesus and shit.
Signs and shit.
Nobody would pay us no money. Like, oh, just or whatever. Nobody took off, nobody recording devices and nothing like that. There was no threat. But you got a bunch of black men doing the same thing, but not talking like they're talking. And they're not even listening to what we're saying. It's the fact that we're all black men doing this in together. That's a threat. That's why you got white folks standing out here recording us and shit, trying to get us in trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's a threat. It looks bad to them.
Hey, but babe, that cross-dresser, J. Edgar Hoover said it best. He said the biggest threat to America is black unity, man. All right? He said that's the biggest threat to America. All right? And these devils know. And ultimately, the biggest threat is the so-called black Latino Native Americans coming together in unity in truth. All right? In truth, huh?
The lady said that. Quote.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
That's the spirit. Right before you got here, we just said that.
They know this, man.
Yeah, man, that's again, we've been quoting it all day, but Revelation 11, the prophet says, once we stand up on our feet, returning to who we really are, the nation's going to be in fear. Why though? Because think about it. They like, man, we spent all this money in the school system, putting bullshit on the TV to get them to go off. How they know this? How? Who told them? And how they know what we talking about? That's what we saw. But you had one out. You got
I will pour out my spirit upon our flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall do business, and your old men shall dream dreams. Just to back y'all up on, how it's coming back to the knowledge. It's the last days, and that's a sign of it.
And remind me of Peter, it says how the Lord will bring us back into remembrance of what the prophets of old said. Though you once knew, hey, like the other said, though we know back then, now we coming back to it.
You got it, man. Yeah, this is back up what you were saying about Apostle John the Revelator. John the Revelator, he was talking about what he didn't really understand, and we're breaking it down now. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 6, and verse 13. It says, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll, when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Now, they didn't have the terminology, nuclear weapon.
I see the ICBM missiles.
I saw a mushroom cloud. No, he described it as, and the heaven departed as a scroll, right? The heavens departed as a scroll, man. He's talking about the destruction of America. But the word America didn't exist. Nuclear destruction didn't exist. That's not going to be in the Bible written as that. It's written so that we can understand, decode it, so we can understand, right? So that they can, when they read it. You got it. Let's make that happen. Oh, you had something? Yeah. Real quick. It's 1 John 2 and 20. But he have an unction from the Holy One, and he knows all things. Right? That's not talking about, hey, take this, throw out a random number, multiply, they gonna know it. No, he know all things pertaining to salvation. Right? Just like the Christ said, lead us a Jew, right? We return it back into the things that we once knew already. Right? The Lord just gave us the eye salve to let us see those things again.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and 2 again. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision. So the prophets of God wrote the vision and make it plain upon tables. That's why we here. Make it easy to be, make this Bible, this ancient book, easy to be understood in modern times. And what's that? That he may run that read it. Now y'all know what an ancient post is? An ancient post, now today we got the post office, a mailman. You know, when I growing up, we had to borrow the mic, you had to throw the shit. Well, an ancient post, you couldn't send out notifications back then on the phone. But you had an ancient post. And when you get a message, you just run through the city screaming it out, hey, they doing this, hey, they coming. So the point is, we read these prophecies, breaking them down. Now the word spread. Now the word spread. Going to the four corners as we got, as this word spread, and the end is coming, man. So that's our job here. I wanted to get that to back up the elbow. But let's go back to the root, because that's what it's going into. As it said in prophecy, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is going to be in captivity. Forget who we are as a people. But in captivity, we're going to wake up to who we are again. We're living it out right now. And then after we wake up, what? We're going to get delivered, man. And we're going to rule next. That's it. But that's really all we got left for the story. It ain't like we got to wait a whole 100 years. No, we in that fucking time, bro. It's the book of Baruch, chapter 2, and verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. In the land of our captivities, according to the Bible, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the real Israelites, in the land of our slavery, the Bible said we was going to remember ourselves. That's happening. We coming back to who we are. Now we understand it ain't no Native Americans. You the tribe of Gad. You ain't no nigga. You the tribe of Judah. That's what we understand it now. We understand that the Heavenly Father ain't the God of all nations. That's the God of the Israelites. The one they call Jesus, that's not the Savior for all nations. That's the Savior for the Israelites, and he come and save his people from captivity. Which all people know as salvation. He come and get his people from oppression, man. That's what we talking about. And you know what's cool about Baruch, he was quoting something. You know who said that first? Because we was raised up in our captivity. Baruch ain't just say that himself, he was quoting that. Y'all know who he quoted it from? Nope, saw that 2 verses ahead. Who he read? Because he quoted somebody.
I got the scripture when you said, basically, the Lord woke us up in captivity. You got to think of something. I always bring this out, though. It's so... Psalm 50 and 21. These things has done.
Well, you know they go home. So like, you know that Hebrew quote, out of the word of the Lord is coming to come and cut your soul. Bro, when them people get on that train, they be looking like that. They gonna think about that shit, bro.
Psalm 50 and 21. These things has thou done, all right? I kept silent. With the brothers, this is the thing that they done, man. Put us in captivity, in slavery, all right? Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. It's in the midst of slavery, man. Giving us the truth, you know? Let's back up what you were saying.
And I'm going to tell you in Psalms, King David said, the Lord prepared a table in the midst of the enemy. That's that table.
People quick to read Psalm 23, although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, not understanding that's talking about us. This is the valley of the shadow of death, America. And King David, as the brother was saying, he said, here in the valley of the shadow of death, the Lord prepared a table for us in the midst of our enemies. He gave us the truth back right here.
Right.
Right here.
Why is this known as the valley of the shadow of death? Yeah. You can go outside, you can wake up, brush your teeth, go out the door, and get your head blown off, man. You can die any type of way here. Right? Especially here. Playing that shit, you can die. Alright? You can die playing that shit, man. Alright? You can go outside, some shit from a building, fall especially here in so-called New Orleans, so-called murder capital of the world. They killing more motherfuckers here than over there in Afghanistan, man. Over there in Ukraine, niggas down here. All right? The most, you know what they said? You can go look this shit up. They said the most deadliest place. Talking about Smoothie King Stadium. Motherfucker getting robbed, busting the head, everything down there, man. All right? This is the valley of the shadow of death. King David prophesied about it, man. Talk about it. Fucking women, giving something all types of shit, bro.
But again, with the brother reading the one who said it first was Moses. Moses prophesied that first, way in Deuteronomy. And I was reading that the other day. I was reading Deuteronomy the other day, because Moses seen everything. He said he seen the beginning, the middle times, and the end. And a lot of times Moses knew what was going to go off, because when you really read that, like Deuteronomy 28, he wasn't saying if y'all break the law, y'all going off. No, Moses was like, y'all gonna do it. He gonna send y'all into captivity. You see? He said he gonna send you into another land. You got it.
But that's the reason why Moses went up to the mountain. All right? When he came back down, what's the first thing he did? Crack the tablets. Knowing that Jake was gonna go off, man. Jake was gonna go off and break the law. That's the commandments. You know, it was already told to him, man.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30. Now remember, as the brother just said, Deuteronomy 28 has the list of curses. It's Deuteronomy 30.
Start at 29, because that's America. Moses talked about America too, Osiris, but he said another land, Akar Ratazah. That's Osiris, another land. He even prophesied about us coming to America, because 30 gonna go until y'all gonna wake up.
Hey,
so like, where they go to Deuteronomy 29 and
you always found that article about Asherah. We gotta go deep, man.
He shall cast into the 28.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, starting at chapter 29, verse 28. And Yahweh rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land as it is this day.
What's the other land? That's the same ones the second Ezra 13, the northern kingdom went to another land which no man dwelt. And when you go into the word Osiris, it go into another land.
You got to say by yourself.
Yeah. But the point is, Moses talked about it.
The brother got something deep to prove it. I believe it's up to Jewish Encyclopedia, I believe, man. Right?
This is on JewishEncyclopedia.com. Osiris by Morris Jastrow Jr. and Kaufman Kohler. Small bags. The name of the land beyond
Showing you that they know, man. Go ahead.
The name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of the restoration, according to 2nd Ezra 13 and 45. Christopher Columbus identified America with this land.
Gunsmoke. Showed it in that movie. What was it? 1684?
So you see, I didn't type this up on a chat GPI.
Come on, man.
Gunsmoke.
So right, the northern kingdom, they left the known world, came across the water and came over into America, man. Came over into America, but the thing is, that was the Hispanics and Native Americans. Eventually, we came to Lord, and we're going to be here to the end.
That Gunsmoke right there, you can't get around that. You can't get around that.
Okay, it's prophecy. Can you read that again?
It's Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 28. And Yahweh rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land as it is this day.
Okay, now check this out. I want to read this because the northern kingdom, they came first, and the Lord was saying in the Ezra, but then the southern kingdom will come. The southern kingdom will come. Let's read that. Let's start at 45. This is in the GNT. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and 45 in the GNT. And it reads, their long journey through that region, which which is named Osiris, took a year and a half, and they have lived there ever since.
And they lived there ever since. Northern Kingdom still here. Now go to 47.
Verse 47.
Oh, no. You gotta hit 46. No, 47. Let's go to 47.
Just verse 47. It reads, and once again, Yahweh, the Most High, will block the channels of the river so that they may cross over.
Now, what it's going into now is the southern kingdom, because the Lord stopped the floods, but the northern kingdom would come first. But remember, you had to have a transatlantic slave trade after that. So he had to stop the waters and let them come by too. But what he gonna say, that the southern kingdom, they gonna link up with Ephraim over here in the land, and also in America, man. You got it, Doc.
It reads, that is the meaning of the great crowd of peace-loving people you saw.
And this is the point.
Verse 48. But they will also have with them.
So they will also have with them, so the northern kingdom is going to be other people with them who will be in Osiris. And the brother just quoted, Judah and Ephraim were oppressed together in Babylon. It's that Osiris right here. So they going to be here in the end until somebody else comes. Let's read it out. Who it is? I'm going to start again.
It says 48 again. But they will also have with them all of your own people.
I'm gonna stop. It said all of your own people. What tribe was it is Ezra. And you know in the Old Testament it's Ezra. Ezra and Ezra is the same person. Ezra is the Greek word saying Ezra. What tribe was he from? Y'all know? Levi. He was a priest. Levi. He said of your own people, because when the northern kingdom left, what was the only tribes in the land? Judah, Benjamin, Levi. So what the angel explained it to him, the northern kingdom was going to leave and go to another land, America or Osiris. And he said eventually, Ezra, your own people, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, they're going to meet him over there. You can read it from 48 again out of time.
But they will also have with them. But they will also have with them all of your own people who are left and who are found within the borders of my holy land.
Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So the northern kingdom going, they're going to be in America, but eventually I'm going to stop the floods again. The people still in the land, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, they're going to join them over there in America. And that's how we're going to be oppressed together. Right here, it's prophecy. We read it, man. We ain't just making, none of this is about coincidence. Even like being around brothers, if you around a brother, you close with a brother, y'all had to be close to something in the ancient world. Like me coming out here, I ain't just meeting these brothers. I had to link up with them at times in the ancient world. That's how it happened. That's how the Lord do things, man. It ain't no coincidence. You got a favorite brother, right? You and him was probably bringing out before. Come on, man.
Elder said something to that effect. That was the first time I ever heard anybody say that. He said, we've been doing this. He said, it's not our first. We've been doing this.
Every reincarnation came back doing something associated with the truth. Every time.
Even when we see Yahweh shine in Cherry, they ain't gonna be our first time seeing Yahweh shine. It's not our thing.
It's just been a long time.
It's not our.
Like I said, it's just been a long time. It's like seeing a friend you ain't seen in a long time. You know?
That's why that angel said he misses y'all.
Huh? I know little brother. I ain't telling you about that. I will talk. Apostle stuff, you know, but we ended up on that.
That's the spirit. You know, Deuteronomy 30 is one of my favorite chapters. We go into 29 all the time, but brothers got to realize, like, there's no chapters in the actual Torah. It's a scroll. So Deuteronomy 29 is going into 30. You know what I'm saying?
I always see that, but who got it from mine?
Hosea said the same thing. The last, where you're not my people. That's going to be called going to take the 2 parts, y'all get grace from the picture. From the 2 parts, y'all get grace. That's no picture.
Black. Yeah. It says, Yahweh rooted them out of their land in anger.
Hunger.
A lot going on around the kingdom. A lot of floating, a lot of frolicking, a lot of levitating. A lot of levitating. Big pumpkin.
Big pumpkin.
Vanilla,
Not little pumpkin, big pumpkin.
Big pumpkin. Deuteronomy 29, verse 28. And Yahweh rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation and cast them into another land, Arsarid, as it is this day.
I'm going to cut you off, but they was going into how we was rooted out the land. And from that, everybody came to Arsarid.
The secret things belong to Yahweh, our power, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law. So the same men that received the law and the prophecies, we're bringing them out in Arsarid.
The Lord said in Jeremiah, I have raised thee up prophets in Babylon.
Which we're in. Deuteronomy 30.
One more. And he said, when Babylon get destroyed, the apostles and the prophets going to rejoice over it.
Yep. Revelation 18. Yeah, so why would the scripture says Babylon has been avenged. The Most High has avenged you on earth. How are you going to be avenged by destroying Babylon? Because the apostles are in Babylon. And it says Deuteronomy 30, and it shall come to pass with all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither Yahweh thy power have driven thee. So we had to go into slavery, we had to get scattered amongst the different nations, we had to forget who we were, and we had to call them to mind. So Deuteronomy 30 is telling you we have a choice to go off. That's part of the story. To create hope. It says, and shall return unto Yahweh thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day through the prophets, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul.
Bro, that's happening now. Brothers, children like my children, brothers that come to the crib, my son, he'll come up, he just turned 2, he'll come to you like this, ready to salute. And I was at the brother crib, his daughter, Shalom, the point is, that's happening now. In captivity, we realize the curses we went through. We understand the blessings we go receive. We repent. Not us and our children.
You know, it was funny. Only until now you have certain Israelites, meaning brother children, have been born Israelites. Man. Back then, during our time, we was born to foul, man. Eating pork, doing all sorts. So only in this time frame now, the Israelites come from the spirit world into this world, being raised as Israelites, not eating pork, understanding the Lord's name, reciting the Lord's name as babies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, man. That's how heavy these times are. You know? You only seen that back in the scriptures where they were brought up as Israelites, man. From birth. Now it's happening now.
It's got to be the last generation.
Gotta be.
And it's powerful right here, because when you read 29 to 30, it tells you we're going to get scattered, we're going to go to Arsarid, then we're going to repent in Arsarid, and then we're going to call to mind the blessings and the curses in Arsarid, which we're doing right now. And right after that happens, verse 3, then Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, whither Yahweh thy power hath scattered thee.
What that's talking about. Yahweh shall go come. After this, Yahweh shall go come. What's between us and seeing the Lord again is the MOTB, everything that's going to happen in Jacob's trouble, and missiles flying. That's it. That's it. You know, Apostle Paul said in 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, that they shall not come except they come upon the way first, and the man of sin be revealed. That happened. Scratch that off the list. Now, in our time, that they shall not come except the MOTB come in World War III. That's all we waiting on, man.
And it says they're going to be destroyed through the brightness of his coming. So after this word is preached and gone out to the four winds, Yahweh is going to come back and destroy this place. We at that part of the movie. We at the end.
You can read to like verse 7. So Moses seen us going off, being put in America, waking up in America, then eventually Yahweh shall come. You got it right.
Verse 4, it says, if any of thine be driven out unto the outermost parts of heaven, from thence will Yahweh thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And Yahweh thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed.
We're going back home. Brothers going back home. Shit, I'm ready to go too. Yes. Boy, I ready. Shit, I just want to see it. Yeah. And look, when we go home, it ain't going to be how Israel look now. The dirt and dust. You feel me? Rain, Pink City, Tel Aviv. No, the Lord cursed Israel since the people ain't down. That's not the same place where Moses, there was like milk and honey, the land flowed with milk and honey that came with the cluster of grapes. That's not the same place, man. When we go be there, everything will be replenished. You got to do
my power right now. It says,
because even Moses seen us getting new bodies. You got it, because it's going to say it.
And thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. So we're going to be better off than Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man.
Shit, Adam.
Yeah. Adam. Yeah, Yahweh Shai, he's one better than Adam, bro. The second Adam. It says, verse 6, and Yahweh thy power will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, the new covenant, to love Yahweh thy power with all thine heart.
What that is? New bodies. Yeah. Moses talked about it. That's new bodies. The laws being put into us, Moses seen that. He seen it, everything, man. And we at the end of what he seen.
That's why he went to tell us. Like, we can't keep the commandments of these bodies. It says, and Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and all them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
And that's in the kingdom. So, you know, we bring the 30 and 7, all the curses on our enemies. Now, when you see it in this context, Moses literally hand out everything we going through. And once we get saved and changed, everything we going through will get put on these heathens, man. He seen it. That's why, brothers, y'all shouldn't doubt if this is the truth or not, bro. Be sure of it. Like, be sure of it. Like, bro, we ain't out here for no reason, bro. Like, bro, this the truth. Nobody should be able to take us or tell us what ain't. You or try to tell us what is. We know it, man. That's why Peter, Yahweh Shai said, y'all gonna leave me too. He said, Lord, where we gonna go? Where else we gonna go? You got the words of eternal life. We believe and are sure. Who else can promise y'all we gonna be spared and saved when all hell breaks loose? What other God? Who else can promise y'all when missiles falling, I'm gonna say, come up here with me? Who else can promise y'all be rulers in the next world to come? Nobody, bro. Not a record deal, not selling out for $1 million a bag. None of that shit matter. Come on, man. Nobody can give us better than what the Lord gave us. That's why I'm gonna say this, y'all got. That's why Paul said, nothing should separate us from the love of Yahweh Shai. Not death, not life, not angels, not nothing, man. This is the truth. Be sure of it. You got it, Oxy.
Yeah, that's you should have said again, like this rocket put out.
Hey, but with that, again, Buddy, how about you now, Sean, for this opportunity to come out here and give a sacrifice, man. The Lord willing, it's been edifying to all those who may need to hear. You know, and once again, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash.
A double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all you walking out there, 144,000 who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, as well as all you believers out there who believe in the gospel. Keep fighting, keep pushing. We almost out there. Shalom.
Shalom.
Abba Ball.
Abba Ball. Abba Ball.